All right, let's talk about Sora. Sorry, I got distracted. You guys know how we've all been asking for more slop in our lives. We've been praying for it. There's one thing we look for in this world, and it's more. We just don't have enough. We've been scrolling and scrolling. We hit the bottom, and we need more slop. And it turns out that humanity is not enough. They can't create enough slop per capita to satisfy our insatiable need. So the market has stepped in. Our fearless leaders in Silicon Valley have stepped in. Enter the age of AI-generated infinite slop.
They're into the hairpin now. Silver still ahead on the red chair, but Tran is tucked right in behind.
Cinema! Not too long, not too short. Next one, next one.
Look at that gray one. Big pounce, no completion.
Next one.
This putt decides the tournament. Through the windmill, into the clown, then the loop, and in.
Yes!
He cues up an uppercut, costing 24 stamina.
Stamina bar sitting at 6.
Yeah!
Every frame's a battlefield.
Just watch, watch, watch.
Enemy.
If any of these don't make sense or don't feel like they have a coherent thought or story, just turn your brain more off. Just let the eyes glaze over. Just notice that the lights and colors are constantly changing. Something new funny has happened. An animal will show up and do something weird. And just do this for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Now, I do want to say, the tech, some of it was visually pretty crazy, but it is slop. And we are entering the AI slop wars as of a few days ago. Everyone in the world, all the big tech companies, have now out of the blue started to bet on AI TikTok. It started with Meta, Mark Zuckerberg's company, that announced Vibes, a new way to discover and create AI videos. Mid-Journey created AI infinitely scrolling slop. The response was so negative, even from tech bros, that Sam Altman said, I gotta do this too. And 2 days later, they announced Sora, okay? Including a flood of AI slop. So OpenAI and Meta are the first two competitors in the ring to create an infinitely scrolling, generating AI slop video. However, they weren't the last. Everyone else wants in on this game. YouTube announced that Shorts will now have VO3, their image generation model, incorporated right into Shorts. So you can have AI slop next to your human slop right there. It's gonna be awesome. Grok followed suit. Grok Imagine lets you make not safe for work content. Oh, great. AI slop, but now not safe for work. Perfect. Elon Musk has gone full gooner, by the way. He is constantly posting AI gooner stuff, but that's the only thing they have to differentiate themselves because they're way behind Sora and OpenAI. And then after that, we have TikTok, who has created Symphony generative AI. So literally every single human slop platform is now rushing to make sure there's not even the human part. Dead internet theory is actually going to be real. It's all mixed in. And I don't want to be a crazy Luddite here in that I don't like mogul moves. Here's the sad truth is that some of these videos, because a human is behind them putting in a prompt, can be funny. They can be funny. But this is a significant undermining of what they've been promising. For years now, they have been promising they are going to change the world, make all our lives better, cure cancer, develop AGI, end the need for work. And instead, what we're getting in the near term is infinitely generated slop videos that drive up everybody's electricity costs. I mean, it is a true bait and switch. Now, the most popular videos thus far coming out of Sora, by the way, I do want to say, there is a clear leader. If nobody is winning, if all of us consumers are losing, the person losing the most right now is Mark Zuckerberg, because Meta's Vibes platform has been universally shit on, and they are losing to Sora. They spent the most money, hired the most people, got a 27-year-old to run their whole program. So he announced Vibes, excited to share it. And the response, even from the tech bros, give me the slop stream. Tech bro, the absolute worst use of AI. What a waste of compute. Tech bro, damn dude, this has like zero soul. Tech bro, even your fellow tech bros are making fun of you. LOL, where did it all go wrong? Let's shake drizzle. The same thing has been happening with Elon Musk, by the way. when he posts like his AI weird girl assistant thing every day, everyone's like, bro, this is weird vibes. This is not, go to Mars. Like there's a clear bait and switch on the promise. So that's the kickoff with Meta. But the real winner so far has been Sora, because Sora, the OpenAI version, does look frighteningly realistic. It does have very weird, more realistic human capabilities. Although mostly it's been used to create insane memes of Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI. Like him as Skibbity Toilet.
I'm a CEO in a porcelain spa. Skibadoo, skibada. Yes, that's me.
So that's what you're seeing on Sora, okay? And I think because Sam Altman already looks AI generated in real life, it's really hard to tell the difference. Sam Altman 2 weeks ago, we need $7 trillion and 10 gigawatts to cure cancer. Sam Altman today, we are launching AI slop videos marketed as personalized ads. So as we all head into this future, I wonder if it's a little bit cooked. Actually, I have a counter take that I'm going to give at the end. Let me catch you up, and then I want to give, I think, a more realistic take on what's going on. As of today, I checked, Sora is #2 on the App Store charts, and it's still invite only. You need a code to get in on it. So it is actually doing quite well. And I think it comes down to a core theme of this AI generated slop content, which is people will mock it and ignore it and to be disdainful of it until they can put their own face in it. And then everybody wants to get it to share a fun meme with their friend. The truth is that ChatGPT had its biggest day ever when you could turn your face into Studio Ghibli. That was the biggest day in ChatGPT's history. Again, people went from doing their own faces to a lot of things. Including 9/11 and JFK. It wasn't just their face. But once Sora came out, it requires users that sign up to scan their face and give a sample of their voice so it can put them in the videos, which, you know, I'll take Sam Altman's word. Seems like a bit of a Trojan horse.
People don't even realize they're handing over their face scans to us for free.
Seems like a bit of a Trojan horse. But that's just what I saw on Sora. I'd be a little worried about it, okay? A side effect is that it's uncanny accuracy. I mean, it does look shockingly real, especially if you do like from a distance videos, is making it very easy to create disinformation. It is worth noting that the most viral videos on there right now are fake people robbing stores, including it's Sam Altman stealing GPUs from Target. Okay, it's funny in this case because Sam Altman is so desperate for GPU power. But the idea that you can create realistic facsimiles of people committing crimes is probably not good for society, especially when you'll notice there's no watermark on this. People have found out very easy they can remove the Sora watermark. A big part of the OpenAI rollout here is they did a philosophy document where they said, hey, look, I know this looks like an infinite generated AI slop nightmare, but in fact, we're optimizing for creativity. We're going to have a lot of safety. We're going to make sure there's like watermarks so everyone knows it's not AI. But people found out how to remove their watermark instantly. And all this shit's going viral on other platforms. In fact, there was one of a cat stealing a fish that already got like 50 million views on TikTok, and Facebook thought it was real.
Hey! What the? Cat just took a fish!
Get back here!
Police! Move! Move!
Out!
Cat heading for the doors! Still moving! South lot!
Not real. Completely fake. But shit like this is going everywhere. And so now you can't even have this contained to just the human or the non-human platforms. It's all over. The dead internet theory is becoming more and more real. This is fake. This is generated with Sora. And the watermark got scrubbed. A lot of people are gonna have the same take, which is like infinite AI slop feeds bad. And I agree. That's my main take here. But I want to talk more about what I'm more interested in, which is the business side of this, which boils down to this question, right? If you genuinely believed you were 2 to 4 years away from AGI, is Sora Slop really the thing you'd release? And this is a great question. I think what this release indicates to me is financial stress at OpenAI. These companies are trying to find a way to get a return, to put ads and make money. They need this to make money. Of course, it's for press. That's the opposite of what I'm saying. That's completely wrong. It's not for press at all. It is for money. They are trying to find a return, trying to make cash off this. Remember this post right here that I showed? We need $7 trillion and now we're launching it. He responded to this. Sam Altman openly said, we need the capital for build AI that can do science. We need the capital for build AI. Hopefully we can make some money given all the compute need. They're not hiding it. The truth is that like they have an $850 billion planned build out. They've promised money to NVIDIA. They've promised money to Oracle. They've promised money to CoreWeave. They've promised money to a lot of companies who are building out data centers for them. They need this money. And so they're trying to find a way to monetize the AI stuff they have now to hopefully build up and get to the AGI they think in the future. But in the meantime, this shit is driving up electricity prices to the moon. Everyone is seeing their electricity bill double. And what we're getting is, you know, I think fairly boring. Again, some of them are funny. I'm not going to pretend they're not funny. The old woman throwing the stone in the glass bridge is funny. I will not lie. I admit it. I'm not a Luddite. It's funny. She's a menace. Although I really think the funny part is the human jokes around it. We can show it. You guys need to see it because it is funny. They've created a whole lore. How is she not in jail? She's a menace. Human jokes around it are very funny.
First smashed a glass bridge in China. Dozens of people died in the crash. The Nero video has been viewed more than 100 million.
Okay, I don't need that. We don't need the thing. But they've been creating like 100 of these, and they've been creating a whole story of how she's brave. There's funny parts, but is it worth the cost? I think not. Clearly not worth the cost. My honest take on this is maybe TikTok and YouTube Shorts can find ways to monetize this by running ads on their platforms and putting AI slop in there. But I have to say, as successful as Sora has been out of the gate in getting people to try it, I don't think they can monetize it. I think the best stuff on Sora just gets ripped, watermark off, and goes on a different platform. I don't think people are actually going to scroll Sora for hours and watch their ads. So I actually think Sam Altman has just created an even more expensive hole to dig out of. He's just running data centers full blast to create AI slop for someone else. I don't think he's found a way to fund his $850 billion hole that he needs. I think he's just created a bigger hole. Like I actually, as I look at this, I don't see like a really smart, brilliant plan. I see a desperation. I see a company trying to find more and more ways to squeeze dollars out of an unprofitable service. And so I guess I'm less worried about it than you guys are, but I am worried about just more and more hard to differentiate slop in the feeds and internet that we use. I do think that's a problem. And again, old people are falling for this shit at a horrendous rate. There was a clip that went viral today. Poke Laws sent a video of himself getting arrested on Sora to his dad, and here's his dad's reaction.
What the fuck? He doesn't know how to drive. He have no license. He's gonna kill himself. What the fuck? Tell him not to do it again. This is terrible.
So, you know, people aren't going to be able to keep up, bro. I think it's going to lead to a lot of problems, to be honest. But I don't think it's going to save OpenAI's budget problem. One more angle I need to discuss. Obviously, we can debate up and down, left or right, whether or not this is good for society. Maybe we all think it's great. And we could all debate whether or not this is going to make any money for OpenAI. But I'll tell you one group of people who are going to be very upset with it. Copyright holders. Because this has been the single greatest copyright infringement program ever created. And Sam Altman, breaking with all copyright law, made the system opt out versus opt in, which means they just said, hey, if you don't want us to steal and create your stuff, you have to opt out. That's not how it works. So this is, I mean, they have, you know, the sound openly steals soundtracks that already exist. The video is openly trained on footage they don't own. There will be some sort of lawsuit reckoning. I'm sure it's brewing. But I want to just give you an example. One of the viral things on there right now is people putting Pikachu in every movie. And you can get a pretty realistic Pikachu in Saving Private Ryan.
Pikachu, stay low!
Like Nintendo is blowing a gasket, bro. Sam Altman's gonna get sniped in his bedroom. So yeah, again, I mean, there's going to be some crazy wars brewing. Some of it is funny, no joke. I won't ever pretend it's not. I just think this is not what was promised. And I don't understand how they monetize it. That's the second thing. The main things I'm seeing Sora on are platforms they don't own. Again, at the end of the day, it is a tool, and a human with a creative idea can still make something funny with it. But the costs are quite high. Now, that being said, I think we can end on a positive note. Maybe this is a good thing. In the wise words of Mr. Peanut Butter from BoJack Horseman, the universe is a cruel, uncaring void. The key to being happy is not a search for meaning. It's to keep yourself busy with unimportant nonsense, and eventually you'll be dead. I think we should all just embrace the slop. Sit our asses down, open up Vibes, Sora, YouTube Shorts, TikTok at the same time, and just scroll away. Maybe you can put a big A clip in the corner if you're feeling friendly. Let me know what you think. Honestly, let me know what you think in the chat, and then also in the comments below. Are you going to be addicted to this AI slop? Are you scrolling forever? Are you wary? Are you going to use it? Are you going to scan your face? I want to know. Thanks for watching.